All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we are taking another look at BBIG. PTRA, I believe, is one I've covered on this video, on these videos. Excuse me, and then AKU. Okay, I think we're all as a group really lucky it didn't take off yet. I was watching it like a hawk. Okay, but AKU could be a real good setup for what could be Monday, if not maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday. But like, these are some real cool tickers right here that I'm excited to talk about. All right, look, with BBIG, I made a video on the pop. I said it was all about the 20 moving average. If you go back and look at it, and it held, and more so, it's just been running. With today's just been another cherry on top. I'll be honest, I did a just sharded move right here. I pretty much got in right there. I rode most of this up. I unloaded 50%. I kept my free shares, and man, I mean, obviously it's easy to say I wish I didn't sell and held it, but yeah, I didn't believe that the 20 was going to hold, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit. And then, like I said, the other two, they are really interesting tickers to say the least. So excited about these three, but before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We do have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, comment good or bad. Hey, if you disagree with anything I got to say, I'm not here to hate on your thoughts, all right? I would love to have some good conversations with you, all right? But let's get into it. And again, BBIG. Look, I'm zoomed out this far for a reason, okay? You know, on my videos, if you watch these often, I always talk about the 8 and the 20. Bad things happen under the 8 and the 20. This is pretty much the day, the early February, damn, but we lose the 8 and the 20, and then from there, it's just been a near impossible. I mean, even literally before the 9th, the 20 was basically never touched, and then the 8, we would simply hit it and fall, hit it and fall, hit it and fall, hit it and fall, right? Like, but what has happened? Look, you know, you also hear me say, red, 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 green, 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 right? And that's basically what happened. We get over these two little insignificant nothing green candles. It was over the 8 moving average. It was a real easy reason to get in. I really did capture a lot of this 50. Definitely wasn't the whole thing. I did not buy down here. There was no reason to, right? But like I said, from a $1.33 to I don't know what, my thumb is up right now. I know you can't see it, but it was good, okay? So from there, like I said, I did unload a good amount of shares. I held on to it more than I think I expected to, and it's done me well. But yeah, it was all about the 20. Because again, let's just zoom out, right? We just said it. It's been crazy difficult to literally get over it, let alone hold it, right? So fake out, dropped all the way here, and I mean, look at it, right? You can actually see it. The day starts. Oh man, I got a little my cat's in the background. I gotta let her out. What are you doing, big kitty? You like confuse me too much. Let's get you out of here. All right, I'm so sorry about that. I kept hearing her and I didn't do anything about it. Okay, so again, what happens on this day, all right? We actually open right here on the 20. You can see the open is 159 and then average 20 is 159. We open at the 20, crazy fake out. And that's why I always tell you, kind of wait for the end of the day, right? But we come right here, not a fantastic thing, but we do hold the 20. We hold more than 50% candle. And then from there, all we've done was run, right? We actually go all the way to my line, which was this horizontal here. After that, there was basically a gap fill to, I mean, we've hit it. We've actually filled that entire gap and we're at this horizontal. The next place is actually up here at like $5, right? This 100 moving average though is gonna be no joke. Okay, and remember, going from a low 3, a mid 3, whatever you call it, to a low 4, that's still a lot of money. Okay, but I don't think it's going to be very easy to break that $4. Again, just look at it. As hard as the 20 has been that whole time, The 100 has actually been harder, even longer. Even I like, dude, look at this thing. Until here, this was really the last time we broke the 100 significant. Like there was a little there was a little test that failed, couple tests that failed, couple tests that failed, and didn't even break it. None of those broke it. That's a fake out right there, right? Like this 100's no joke, okay? But if we can actually run to 4, that's beautiful. If this breaks, you basically have 511 and then almost $7, right? Like I will draw those because they are important lines, but remember, don't have $5 dreams just yet. If this line wasn't here all day, I'd say let's do it, right? But just $4 dreams are what we're looking for. And believe me, $4 dreams are cool, baby. I promise you they are. This itself might be a little difficult. You can see the top of this and the bottom of this. That might be enough to maybe even say 360 could be something, just something to think about. What's this doing after hours? It's going down a bit. Again, you know I don't care much about after hours, and really, let's be honest, that's not like a crazy crash down, right? It's not like it's losing 10, 20%. It's down, if I saw correctly, maybe 6%. So overall, look, all we're doing is bouncing on the 8 like a beast. Looks like this 20 is coming up. Looks like the 50 went from a really hard down to now really flat to maybe going to start going up too, right? So there's things to like. This is definitely a little bit of high RSI. That's a positive MACD that has a good divergence, and I mean, volume's actually doing pretty well. I wish we were just a little bit more consistent, but let's just be honest. All the green days, even this little one right here, they're all over the white line. The white 50 average line. Like volume's looking good, moving averages are looking good, MACD's looking good, RSI's a little high. You know, there's things to like here. Damn. Okay, what happens here? We go 76, then we go 88, then we go 91, and then a hard fall. I think that goes with a good theory that will hit 4 and then maybe fall. Okay, so be careful, but in a lot of ways, I think there's still room. Oh, interesting. Okay. Again, you see it, right? This 20 has been no joke on the weekly chart, all right? What number are you? 372. Look, I just talked about 360 right here, right? So I think between 360 and 370 might be a little noise. Maybe for sure 410 will be some noise, but oof, man, if that can break, look at this weekly setup down here. That's a really strong RSI, all right? That's fantastic, sustained 3 weeks of volume. And I mean, we're still a little in the negative, right? You know, I like negative 0 point whatever, right? But we're closing in on that 0 line, and obviously if we can break the 20, the way it works is break the 8, then go to the 20, break the 20, then go to the 50. Go to the 50 is pretty darn high, you know. And really, red, green, like this, like BBIG, man, there's I'm going, it's already 8 minutes. Damn, I feel like there's so much good on this one right here, all right? PTRA. Okay, this zoom might not look like it's fantastic. Obviously, this is really good. Let me not take it away, but look what happens when I zoom out, and I swear I didn't know this is where I was going to start, but that's a really good, like, setup. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look, I keep saying it. My viewer requests get better and better. It's wild. There used to be only 2 dudes that I would basically like look for, and I say that with like no disrespect to anyone else, all right? That 2 dude number, there are girls that are now here dropping fire. There are way more people doing, like, it's really cool what we're doing. And look at this thing, okay? First off, Gap City all the way to 2 something. All right, this is a $1.50, so we're literally talking about adding more than $1 to this thing, right? Again, this is a really insignificant nothing that has another red all the way up to here, right? And even just on the moving average theory, break the 50, go to the 100, break the 100, go to the 2. The 2 is sitting here at 330, right? So man, this is pretty big. Now listen to me, okay? There's a couple things I'm at least gonna say on the immediate. Yes, this is physically over the line, right? I'm gonna click into it and let's look at the box. This closes at 158. The 100 was at 154. Yes, it's physically over it. Yes, this day is physically over it. It closes at 155. The line is right here at 152, right? Yes, these two are physically over it. Neither of these is a break of the 100. And I don't need just a break, I need a confirmation. And today was really, really messed up in so many ways because it opens up here. Look at the box over there on the left, open 166. Goes as high as 180, actually starts to run the gap, actually goes to the top of this, even the top of the wick, right? What was your wick at? 181 was this one's high. What were you today? 183. What were you yesterday? 183. Right? Like that's a hard fool. Excuse me. That would fool the best of us. I'm telling you. But remember, this was not a break, okay? And this would have been the day one break, and then we would have been excited on Monday, right? But this is not the day one break. I still need 2 days here to actually believe in PTRA. And I'm telling you, I really actually hope that there's no one wild, silly candle, right? Knock on wood, I get to catch it. But I would like a little bit of a slow and steady. This is an odd RSI, okay? It's definitely curving down. Maybe it's, and again, this wasn't that big of a day, but relatively speaking, this is a pretty big candle comparative to the rest, right? So, but I'm really surprised that this thing is curving down at such a low 70, but I'm still seeing a decent divergence here. We're actually continuing to go up. Maybe you can argue that the slope's not getting better and better, but we're at least still running parallel, if not like a divergent parallel with the red. So I'm not necessarily feeling like this one's going to curve down as well. End of the day, I do want these two to kind of give me the same signals, and maybe this one's a little bit of a fake out signal. You can see it's been relatively tight itself. So I still have no real reason to be worried here, all right? Obviously, I do not want to go any lower than 152. Theoretically, we can go as low as 144, right? I'm hoping, if anything, maybe 50% candle would hold, and we can like roughly call it 147, 148, something like that, right? But this actually could go as low as 144 and still be bullish, right? Because bouncing on the 8 is a real thing. And again, this 100 hasn't been easy. But if we confirm, what would I set my alert for? 177. I think 177 is still a little aggressive. I just don't know if I want to set it at this 166. Let's go to the weekly. Let's see if the weekly has anything for me. Man, not really. This weekly's looking great. Weekly did the job this week. Let's see what it does next week. Oh man, what do I set my alert for? All right, team. I think what I'm going to do is what did you open at? No, sorry. What did you close at? 169? I'll do 171. I think I'm going to set my alert for 171. That might be a little high, okay? Because look, we're at like a buck. Damn, man. 30 cents is another 20%, and I'm adding 20 cents. Am I giving up too much? Oh man, should I set my alert for 168? 168. No, I'm getting greedy. Okay, 171. I like it. Don't get greedy here. Cool. Alert created. I like Petra. I do. I think there's a lot of reasons to like it. Let me know what you think. Hey, let me know if you set your alert for a different number. I would love to hear that. Okay, one more time. AKU. Look at this thing. I can't stop stressing how good the viewer requests are, all right? So I wish today did a little bit better, okay? Yes, kind of the same comments I was just saying on the last one, right? I for sure see that this thing closed at 19 and the orange line is down here at 18. Yes, we are physically over that one. I wouldn't call that a break just yet. My alert went off. I was commenting with the person that gave me this ticker on YouTube on the comments from yesterday, and my alert went off, but I didn't buy it just yet. I don't know if I'm going to regret that because it's going to gap up on Monday. It's not doing silly things, right? God damn, it's going up a little bit. But AKU, all right, this thing is looking really interesting, and just it's had moments with the 20 and failed. It got really close and failed. We're now once again there. The one thing I think I like a little bit more is the volume versus this. Like, this is low volume. Let's look over the 40K. 6K, like insignificant amounts of nothing right here. This is really, really insignificant volume. The real volume actually comes here when it crashes, right? I'm liking the fact that we're at least a little bit more respectable with our volume. Okay, today wasn't something I would call super low, but obviously it wasn't even the millions. We were at least close to 500,000, right? But yesterday, for example, actually hit 2 million shares. That's not bad, right? And oh man, we have now broken this. Okay, this day actually closes still at 18. Oh, okay. And today was at 9. We were up a penny. There's so much good things to say. So my moving averages are simple. Okay, the person that gave this to me had an exponential 20, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the exponential 20 he said was either at 20 or 21 cents. So on my simple one, it broke. On his exponential, it hadn't yet. And end of the day, is exponential better than simple? Is simple better than exponential? I actually do look at both. I like to see what the simple 20's at, what the expo 20's at, what the simple 8's at, what the expo 8's at, right? Because it gives me an idea of the thresholds here, it gives me an idea of the thresholds there. Hopefully there's none in between them on both, like, kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? But I like this. We're so close to a positive MACD. This thing is still really nicely diverging. That's a real low RSI. The only issue I have is volume, okay? And man, maybe red, filling all the way, like going from 19 to 30. I think that's good ways of bringing volume, but volume legit is the only issue I have with this. But one more time, look at this setup, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I gotta say it again. We've seen it here before. All right, we've seen it here before. We actually had a hard fake out that opens up here and then drops all the way down there, right? So it's lived here and failed. It's actually gotten really close and failed. Hopefully this time's different. And again, I think the main thing is the volume, but we'll see, right? What's the weekly at? Look, this isn't a good weekly, okay? And the weekly's kind of saying it's going to get really hard to get over this. That said, red by making it really easy to get to this, right? So play this, and hey, theoretically, we can break this, keep hitting the red, and come here, basically, right? That's the weekly plateau. And then where's the daily plateau? Probably the same place, if I had to guess. Yeah, around the mid to high 30s. So, there's a lot to like here. Let me see what the weekly volume looked like. Yeah, again, it's just this one's interesting. This one's a little bit more gambly. In all honesty, the other two kind of are in their own little respectful ways too, right? But it's at least a chart well worth looking at. So, hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, thank you.